Hey, what's up, guys? 01 here, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about Blade Runner, the movie that Ridley Scott directed back in the 80s. And it stars Harrison Ford, Sean Young, Rutger, Hauer, sorry about that, man, Edward James Olmos, Daryl Hannah. Basically, it takes place in the year 2019, Los Angeles. And in this world that Ridley Scott brings to the audience deals with replicants. And replicants are these artificial intelligence that look just like us, that act just like us. Basically, their body parts and everything else is made out of different genetics from different individuals. But their minds, their brains are artificial intelligence, basically. And they have feelings just like us, they have dreams just like us, but they get decommissioned after a certain point in time, because after a while they start breaking down and they start losing their mind. So they become a hazard to the society that they live in. And it's basically the job of the Blade Runners to decommission these individuals if they start, going off course. And there's a law in this world that they created that no replicant can be on Earth at all. No replicant. They have to be off-world in different human colonies, doing different jobs like military work, like engineer work, just different stuff like that. Harrison Ford's character has to investigate these 6 replicants, or actually these 4 replicants that came to planet Earth, and they do some damage, and it's his job to decommission these replicants. And in the process, the Blade Runner Deckard, Harrison Ford, meets these replicants, and he, starts interacting with them, especially to this one replicant who he really, she grows on him. The world that they created was great. It was awesome. The detail work that Ridley Scott brings to the audience, good. I mean, it's beautiful, it's dark, it's gritty, it's alive. There's always something happening in each and every scene. The only thing is that when it's Deckard by himself going through the investigation, it's really slow paced. That's the thing that I can definitely say about Blade Runner. It's beautiful when you see it, but the only problem is that the story itself is just, it doesn't mesh. There's certain instances in the film that you wonder, why did that character do that? Because it makes you think. One of the characters, who is the main antagonist, he ends up saving one of his enemies, and I think to myself, like, wait, hold up, that doesn't make any sense, because throughout the entire film, he's on a rampage. He's anybody who gets in his way, he'll do damage to them. And then he ends up saving a person's life, and he doesn't really explain to the audience or anything else like why he saved them. He just saved them. Another character that was really odd was Edward James Olmos' character, who is his character's name Gaff, and he speaks in this kind of Romanian type of language, and so you really don't have to understand what he's saying. Like, you kind of, just by the way he acts and the way he presents the character Edward James Olmos, you kind of understand, okay, this guy is not from around here. He's weird, but you know what he's trying to say just by his expressions. He does a good job, Edward James Olmos, even though his character is really weird. The film does give you presents the audience with a lot of different questions, like, okay, what's the meaning of life? What's the purpose that we as human beings have? What is the definition of a human being? Especially when you involve these replicants who act and speak just like us as human beings, but in reality, their society actually sees them as just things. And that's one of the main questions that the film gives to the audience. Like I said, this film is very beautiful. It's very beautiful. The world that they created is just phenomenal, especially back in the 80s when they didn't have the high-tech stuff that we do have right now. It just was amazing to watch. The the in camera workings of the effects that they did. The pyramid that comes out in the film looks so majestic, and the harsh reality of 2019 in this film is really sad and depressing, but it still looks very alive, very real. This is a rated R film. It's not for the family. It's totally not for the family. But the reason why it's rated R is because of these two scenes. And anytime you see Deckard by himself with a replicant, a female replicant, you could probably 9 out of 10 times you need to like fast forward. Or actually 10 out of 10 times you need to fast forward because there's something going down. But everybody did good. The actors, Sean Young, Harrison Ford, Edward James Olmos, Daryl Hannah, and Rutger Hauer. Sorry if I butcher your name, man. And the guy who played Leon, another replicant, his name is, let me see, Bion James, and Joanna Cassidy. They did a real good job in portraying their characters. But like I said, it's just the story itself, the flow, the pacing. Sometimes it just felt really off. I would have loved to see more of Harrison Ford's character Deckard do more of an investigation, as in, he starts not just finding like the investigation should be, I would love it to be a lot longer, you could say. Not just these couple of scenes of him just doing a couple of investigations. I would love him to be actually like kind of like time lapse. Like, I think probably 8 or 9 hours will pass and he's going through different pictures, different facts about these replicants. I would love to see more of that. We do understand why 2 of the replicants are here on Earth, that they want to get their life expectancy to be amplified or improved. But it seemed like this other replicant really wasn't a part of the team. I think her name is the replicant's name is Zora. I felt like she wasn't a part of the rest of the replicants. She was just on her own, doing her own thing. So I felt kind of like I would love to see. I would have loved to know a little bit more about her. But other than that, it's not for the family. I don't recommend it for the family. But if you're a sci-fi junkie, if you're a geek or you're into all that, real deep questions about the purpose of life. Are we truly human, or what is it to be human? What is it to be alive, or to be a sentient? Then this film I do recommend. Like I said, there's just those 2 scenes that whenever Deckard is by himself with a female replicant, 10 out of 10 times fast forward. Like I said, it's just the problem with the flow of the story and a little bit more about the characters. I would love to know a little bit more about these replicants, especially Zora, instead of her burying it all. So yeah, but thank you so much, guys. You have a great day. God bless you, and I'll see you when I see you later. Bye.